Hey, I'm Eric Lin on the Skype for Android team. We let a couple people get their hands on an early preview of our app, and then they sent in questions by video message. Let's find out what they had to say.
Hello, I'm David Gilson. I'm a freelance technology journalist. Thank you for having me on the beta track of Skype for Android. I'm recording this using Skype on a Nexus 4. The new look and feel of Skype for Android is so much more polished than before. It really has a solid feel to it. I like that I can send and receive files and video messages. That very much feels like having a desktop class experience on my smartphone. I also, while I can see my credit limit, I can't see my subscription status. And also the recent chat list and the favorites list, that whole panorama section, is portrait only, whereas the rest of the app can go to landscape. So if you're navigating in landscape, it can be jarring for it to switch back. So that needs fixing too, but otherwise, keep up the good work.
Hey, thanks for your feedback, David. I love having the power of a desktop in the palm of my hand as well. Not having to take my computer with me wherever I go is pretty important to me too. I wanted to address a couple of your questions. You asked about the subscription status in the profile page. We are in the course of revamping that page, so that's absolutely some feedback that we'll take into consideration. Thank you. And when we talk about the navigation being portrait style, originally it was designed that way because, you're usually holding your phone in portrait. But I understand that when you're going into conversation, sometimes you might be switching to landscape to type and then exiting back out. As you may know, we've been working on a tablet version of Skype for Android, and in that we're supporting landscape full-time because a lot of people are always using their tablets in landscape mode. So maybe that's something that we can consider bringing into the phone version as well. Thanks a lot for your feedback, man. We really appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Justin Koshon, and I'm a tech blogger from California. I got my hands on the new Skype for Android, and I've got to say I'm really loving it. The video quality is great, and it was so easy to get started with the tour at the beginning, and then multiple ways to log in, which I don't remember from the previous version. One thing I noticed is that when making a video call, it actually goes through the headphone piece rather than the speaker on the phone, which I found kind of odd. And secondly, I was really wondering, why can't you go away or idle on this? On the computer, I see you're able to, but on my phone, I really love being online all the time, but showing away so I'm not constantly getting messaged. Thank you for everything, and I'm excited to hear back.
Hey Justin, thanks a lot for the feedback. I'm glad you liked the quick tour. We've been dying to get that in, and I think it's really helpful, especially with the redesign, right? I have some great news for you, man, and that's that the problem that you had where the audio was coming through the earpiece and not the loudspeaker on video calls has been fixed. So you shouldn't need to worry about that again. With that out of the way, let's talk about the away thing for a second. With this redesign, we switched to the modern presence system, which is just available and invisible. If you go into invisible, it shows you as offline, but you can still send and receive calls and messages the same way that you would if you were using away on the desktop. So that should accomplish the same type of thing that you're looking for. Why don't you check that out? Thanks a lot for the feedback, man. Really appreciate it.
Hi, Eric. This is Lori Cunningham with WellConnectedMom.com. I have been enjoying the Skype Android app for this past week and having fun sending video messages to some of my kids and some friends. I love the fact that you can use the outside camera so I can show the room that I'm in, or if I'm in on travels and stuff, to show the people I'm Skyping with what's going on. I did have a question. The kids love Skyping with one another, so they're Skyping with their friends, but and part of the fun of being kids, they like to do all those little fun squiggly things with the hats and the expressions and all sorts of fun camera tricks with each other. I was wondering if perhaps in the future you can foresee that happening for the mobile Skype apps, especially for Android. So let me know if you foresee that for an upcoming Skype edition. Thanks.
Hey Laurie, you're welcome, and thanks a lot for your feedback. really glad that you're enjoying Vim, and also really glad that you've taken notice of the fact that you can use either the front or the back facing camera on it. I love taking Vim, showing people what's going on and not necessarily just talking into my phone. We want people to have as much fun as possible on Skype, so the fact that, you know, the expressions and hats and silly fun things gives your kids some joy is awesome. You know, we're going to have to look into whether we can do that on the mobile client in the future. But for now, I don't know if you guys use Snoopify or any of the fun little apps out there where you can take pictures or videos and put that stuff on top of them right now. But if you do, then, you know, you can use file transfer to send those pictures and videos right from one Android phone to another. So check it out, and you might get a little bit of that fun today. Thanks a lot for your feedback. Hope you enjoyed learning a little more about Skype for Android, and really appreciate your feedback. Keep it coming.